Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we're going to be talking about some huge news going on. Something very, very big. Now, I know you all have been speculating about what's going to be coming and what we could be seeing coming to Veve next month and coming up here soon. But, you're not going to believe this one. This one, and then the proof backing it is actually insane. And it was brought up by some people in the community. And I think that we definitely need to discuss this. But before we jump into that, we are going to jump into something else. But before we jump into that, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of these updates and miss the chance to talk about what's going on in the community down below in the comment section. So let's jump into it. So starting out, this is for people who are not motivated, who don't really understand how big of an opportunity you have right now. People who getting all their NFTs and trying to sell them all right now and things like that, not really realizing the opportunity you have right now and what part of this process we're actually in. So get this through your head. Only around 1% of the world's population owns Bitcoin. Only around 1% of the world's population owns Bitcoin, and it's worth $50,000. And only 1% of the world owns it. That just goes to show you how small of a percentage actually owns Veve and how much of the world actually knows these brands and these licenses that Veve has. So when it comes to the value of each one of these Veve things, it's insane. It's actually huge. So let's read through this article first, then we get into the juicy news. We're definitely getting to the juicy news after this, but yeah, let's read this first. So according to Buy Bitcoin worldwide, roughly 1.3 of the world's population owns any Bitcoin. There are 21 million coins that will ever be minted into existence. It's set up so that pretty much everyone can get a piece of the pie. But just with 1% of the world into Bitcoin, it's still reaching $50,000 per coin. There are 21 million of those. Have you told people back when Bitcoin was under a penny that they'd eventually reach this number? They'd call you crazy, or they'd say it would turn people off from the idea of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because the price was too high. And I actually knew people back then who indeed said those very things. But we've seen the opposite take place. Everyone wants Bitcoin now. A story for y'all, a quick story for y'all. I actually could have been one of the first people to start getting Bitcoin and being into Bitcoin and things like that. Back when I was a programmer years ago, many years ago, like when Bitcoin first came out. I could have started changing my website's currency to Bitcoin, but I was too young to understand what it was, what it did, any of that. I started programming when I was 7 years old, so I didn't understand the opportunity that Bitcoin was. And if I would have started, like all of my friends, if I would have started accepting Bitcoin then, like some of my peers and stuff, which they were older, they could understand what was going on. But if I would have started accepting it, I would have been in a different position right now, man, a much, much different one. But yeah, let's keep going. These NFTs are becoming a hot commodity, and with Veve, you have iconic name brand licenses that go back almost a century with DC characters, Ultraman, Superman, Batman, Joker, Back to the Future, Star Wars, Star Trek, Jurassic Park, and all the rest they're about to roll out. These are very scarce, with less than 10,000 people who will ever own any given collectible NFT. And many people who were early adopters were able to snag several of each. We're only around 100k users on the app, and some of these NFTs are already reaching 5 figures being sold on eBay and or the secondary marketplace. Keep that in mind. That's the same thing that I was telling you all in my last video. These things are reaching an insane amount, people already, and we barely have a fraction of the people that's going to be downloading this. This is easily going to get 100 million downloads one day. Easily. All they have to do is release Pokemon. If they release the name Pokemon, if they release certain names, honestly, the news in this video, the news at the end of this video, this could really boost. It could really boost. It could boost Veve a lot. It could boost it a lot. It could boost the downloads an insane amount. So let's hurry up and get to that. I know y'all interested in what's going on. It says, I'm already getting folk telling me the exact things I heard about Bitcoin 10 years ago, that if the price went too high, people wouldn't be interested in it. Yet here we are, and there are far more Bitcoins, 21 million, than there will be a maximum of all the NFTs dropped on the Veve app. Even the comments have less than 10,000 minted per collectible. Am I saying that every single NFT drop will hit mega 5 or 6 figures? Probably not, but it is possible that we could see this. Hell yeah, you shouldn't be shocked if and when they do hit those marks. And that's a fact. All of these are not going to be worth the same thing. Obviously, the Powerpuff Girls is a big deal. Like, you can get some good money for the Powerpuff Girls, but it's not going to compete with a Batman. It's not going to compete with an Ultraman. But it is a big deal still. And if Pokemon comes out, if Pokemon gets confirmed, like a Pikachu, a Mewtwo, like, it's just certain things that they're always going to be dominant. They're always going to be worth more, way more, and people are going to be willing to pay a lot of money for certain things. Like, imagine getting a Pikachu. Let's be honest. Imagine getting a Pikachu. Like, come on now. But he says you're thinking with an early short-sighted mindset, just like those people who sold their Bitcoin when there were only a few cents and used Bitcoin to buy puzzles back in the day. The people who are selling their Veve collectibles, which again, these are not nobody artists. These are actual artists of the iconic name brand licenses. They go back decades, some almost a century, which will be certified antiques in the next few decades at cheap prices, will be hitting themselves later on when there are millions of users on Veve, and those same NFTs are selling for 5, 6, and even 7 figures. This is basic supply and demand 101. If you can't see how this is not only possible but also reasonable and logical, there's really nothing else I can say to you. I can say you can't be helped. So this is basically it, man. He's basically pointing out the obvious. I definitely love this post. It's very logical what he's talking about. He's explaining how this Veve, the difference between Veve and all these other NFTs, this NFT bubble that's about to pop, is that these are random artists who just throwing something up, calling it an NFT, and people are buying it for $100,000 and stuff like that. Of course that's going to die down. That's all hype. But when you're talking about something like these companies and brands actually licensing limited edition things out that's tied to the brand, that's held up by the brand, like these brands are supports for Ecomi. Each one of these brands are supporting the Ecomi brand. DC Comics just did a giveaway for it. But you've already heard my rant on this topic. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, man. But finally to the news everybody is waiting for. LeBron James could be coming to Veve. And I know you're wondering, what are you talking about? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. So as you can see here, yeah, Space Jam. So now Space Jam 2 is coming out. It was just brought to my attention that Space Jam 2 is actually coming out. And who owns Space Jam? Oh, you can't see it. My face is in the way. Hold on. You got to see this. You got to see this. Okay, there we go. Who owns Space Jam? Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is already partnered. Warner Brothers, the same Warner Brothers that owns Harry Potter. They own DC and all this. They own Space Jam. This is another show that's coming out, and what people are speculating right now is that this movie is actually going to be one of their first releases where they release alongside the movie. So the movie is going to come with NFT drops, and that could be some type of big promotion. So all these drops that's happening right now could be in preparation for Space Jam 2. So yeah, that's what people are speculating. People are already speculating what's going to be in July's release, man. That they already speculated it. So let me know how you all feel about this. Let me know what you all think about this. And yeah, I think that it's not real. It's not unrealistic to think that this could happen, because it's already a fact that Warner Brothers are partnering with them. So if Warner Brother believes in this for their NFTs, and look at how they already just posted them on DC Comics. If you didn't see my last video, I showed you all the DC Comics and the giveaways and stuff for the NFTs on Veve that DC Comics is actually doing right now. This is 100% fact. All this is fact. And it's a fact that LeBron James is in Space Jam 2. So with all this happening right now, and this company is already partnered with Veve, it wouldn't be a surprise, it wouldn't be a shock to see LeBron coming into Veve very, very soon. So let me know your thoughts about this. I just wanted to let you know the connection, let you know where my head's at. I want to know where you all's head's at and what you all are thinking. This is one of the confirmed partnerships that's already taking place. But the license for Space Jam 2 would obviously be different from the license for DC and Marvel, or DC Comics and stuff. But if you think about it, what's more valuable? a Space Jam license or a DC license. They've already have one of the most valuable brands in the world. Batman is one of the most valuable brands in the world. Are we really not thinking that they can get a Space Jam 2 license? And this could be the first big move of Veve. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm going to catch you all on the next one. Peace out.